The Road to the Majors, featuring the 2020 U.S. Open Championship in partnership with Rolex. Winged Foot Golf Club in Mamaroneck, New York, is about to add another chapter to a storied legacy. 12 USGA championships have been contested on the East and the West courses. Soon, the West, designed by A.W. Tillinghast nearly 100 years ago, will welcome its 6th United States Open.
When you walk onto the grounds at Winged Foot, you can't help but think about the great champions that have been crowned here over the years. I look over at One West and I think about Bobby Jones standing there in 1929, and then everyone else who followed from that point. So it's really very special. You can't help but feel it.
Jones won his 3rd U.S. Open title, defeating Al Espinosa by 23 strokes in a 36-hole playoff. But it was his putter, known as Calamity Jane, that forced the playoff when he holed a tricky downhill putt on the 72nd hole.
Bob Jones making that 12-foot putt that eventually led to the Grand Slam. I mean, if he wouldn't have made that putt, history would be different today. He wouldn't have won, and the game might be a bit different.
More strokes of genius would follow.
1959, Billy Casper. He laid up on number 3.
That was the hole that Billy Casper laid up 4 days on because he didn't want to miss the green left or right.
Leaving it short of the green, pitching up and holing out for par, he did it all 4 days. Just really brilliant.
The club had great reverence for Mr. Casper. He became an honorary member shortly before his passing.
15 years later, another memorable, rather infamous championship.
74, the famous massacre, difficult beyond imagination, still talked about to this day.
I spoke with Frank Beard a couple winters ago about the massacre at Winged Foot. He said, Mike, the rough was matted over. You couldn't even find balls half the time.
Fitting that Hale Irwin, one of the game's ultimate grinders, survived, earning the first of his 3 U.S. Open titles.
84, the flag waving. Greg Norman, Fuzzy Zeller.
He surrendered.
Another decisive playoff as Fuzzy Zeller won by 8.
So there have been moments at each of these Opens, and then let's not forget 2006.
Way left, way left.
This one really hurts.
We were a moment away from crowning Phil, and then lo and behold, it's Jeff Ogilvy. So there's been drama, there's been excitement.
The line's good, home.
So it's made for a lot of great U.S. Opens.
Now, a new generation of golfers will be introduced to the famed West course.
I mean, the last time was 14 years ago, so I can't even imagine what percentage of players will not have ever played Winged Foot in a competitive situation.
It's going to be interesting to see what these guys, what they see, what they feel.
JT, Justin Thomas, was out there the other day, and when it was done, he said, wow, this is really, really tough.
The U.S. Open is always golf on the grandest scale. But this year, during troubled times, it may just carry a little extra significance.
Hosting the championship this year is particularly meaningful, and I think it brings a little glimmer of hope, a little glimmer of normalcy.
You know, some wondered if there'd be an asterisk by this championship. There'll be an exclamation point because of everything that's been overcome. It'll be a U.S. Open for the ages.